Good morning. Good morning to everyone. Wins and losses Friday. Let's roll. Michael Del Sesto asks, where's the best place to learn options? It's actually, we've made plenty of options videos. And to be honest with you, I don't know how it goes in the general chat for the $27 or $8 people, $8 to $27 people. I know in the Bid and Ask Nation we talk about it a lot. I talk about it a lot, but that is one place where you can do it. So interestingly, smash the like button, please. I have a lot to talk about today. Because A, futures are up. And I know that the president and China had a meeting or a phone call. I think it may have to do with chip shortages that's going on, because a lot of these car manufacturers are coming out and saying we are having big time issues with the cars, which is gonna, if they start taking away from the, what am I trying to say here? If they start taking away from the technology and they roll it into the cars, it's gonna be problematic. So that's my guess of what's going on. But we will see. Yes, the options chat in the Bid and Ask is dope city. All right, let's start with some stuff. I don't really have an order today. I'm just going to kind of roll with it. To be honest, there's not a lot to talk about. I made a little schematic that I'm going to teach you guys something, just kind of following the money. It's nothing earth-shattering, but it's just broken down. So Biogen loses $7 billion, and I bring this up because Cash brought this to me yesterday. Biogen loses $7 billion in value on slow Alzheimer's drug rollout. And for those of you that don't know, Cash is one of my ambassadors in the Bid and Ask Nation. So Biogen notched its longest losing streak over a 2-year period after the biotech company confirmed Wall Street's fears about its rollout of its Alzheimer's drug, aducanumab. And with that, they were supposed to have 900 centers that were going to use their drug, and only about 50 of them are using it. And now I've started reading that they're going to start actually giving away their drug in hopes to get money back from insurance, so they're not going to get paid in the format that they thought they were going to get paid. But there's a lot of insurance companies that don't want to cover it as well, because frankly, it's without a doubt, it's the most controversial FDA approval in FDA history. The FDA, government always has its issues, but the FDA was a very, very, very solid entity, and they have lost some credibility in that aspect with the approval of aducanumab. So shares dropped about 7%, $6.5 billion, almost $7 billion to $300. So I know looking back, I had puts sold it from 240 down. So we're getting into that range again. And if you guys want to check this out, where's my thingy? Biogen, BIIB. And this was Biogen. So Biogen had that. It was basically consolidated, and then all of a sudden this was approval day, and it came right back down, and we are at the level of pre-approval. So that's sweet. Where is that story? Okay, so last week, leaders of now the FDA is actually going like, well, wait a second. And there were 3 FDA board members who made the vote on that, who voted against it, and they have quit the board. So of the FDA. So last week, 2 congressional committees pressed the Food and Drug Administration on information on apparent anomalies in the agency's review of AdHelm. So keep a watch on it, guys. They're a good company. With the exception of this drug, I have said it for a long time. I wish the drug was more helpful towards patients, because patients don't have any. What am I trying to say here? There is no treatment for Alzheimer's right now. So I wish that they would have gotten approval and the drug would have worked, obviously, for the patients. Selfishly, as an investor, and since we're seeing it right now, I wish the drug would have failed, because we would have just gotten rid of all of this nonsense. I muted the music for you, my bad. I wish the drug would have just get back to being a good company and doing your thing. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So let's just keep a track on it. Next, let's do Walmart. So Walmart is getting rid of its quarterly bonuses because, remember, last week they agreed to increase wages for the 565,000 store workers by at least $1 an hour. So now the average worker makes $16.50 an hour, I believe. Nope, $16.40 an hour. So they're going to get rid of their wages. I mean, they're going to get rid of their bonuses. They're going to start moving over to their paying employees more. And I guess I'm assuming that they asked the employees what they thought of this. So I'm sure people would want to have more of a wage than a higher wage than a bonus. So guys, smash the like button for me. People are booking Christmas vacations earlier than ever before. This was the longest article I've ever read in my entire life. So I only got halfway through and I was like, I can't read this anymore. This September, some hotels are fully booked for the holiday season into Christmas already. This person, Tim White, the founder of the travel website milepro.com, he said spring has brought a huge spike in holiday bookings and at big chains like Hilton and Marriott. And if you look at this place in New York, December reservations made by leisure guests are up 60% compared to the last 3 years. National parks continue. They're spiking. Hawaii is spiking. They have less than 20% of rental homes available for the week of Christmas. Bookings in Hawaii are increased over 100% over Labor Day weekend. A representative from Florida said that down in Palm Beach, more than 90% of its hotel rooms are booked for December. And then it just got in all this down here, and I just couldn't read anymore. So this is the interesting part. People are looking for amazing deals. I don't really see them out there, and I don't think they're seeing them out there either, because hotels and air travel is quite expensive nowadays, and of course gas is expensive too. So I don't think you're going to find too many deals out there, but that's what's happening in travel right now. It's pretty interesting. Okay, I say this for you day traders out there. We've been talking a little bit about commodities. Excuse me. In the Bid and Ask Nation, more so than ever before. Aluminum's run is up to a 13-year high right now, and whether you believe in aluminum or not, I have no idea. I don't know anything about aluminum. My point is, for those of you that love to day trade and do swing trades, I think that this is probably something that you can throw on your watch list and go and day trade the heck out of this, because I think that with what's happening, this said, we see China's structural demand and momentum waning. With volatility comes opportunity. So go ahead and find some really great trades in there and go and crush it. And by the way, today's wins and losses Friday, so I'm going to go through some of that too. These people are just incredible. You guys are incredible. Well, you know what? You guys are incredible. You guys follow the rules. That's it. As long as you follow the rules, you're going to do very well. And by the way, if you're in the Patreon, if you're one of our subscribers, we are going to have the book club at 10:30 today. So 10:30 Eastern time. $1 trillion that has flowed into global stocks in 2021 is bigger than the last 20 years combined. This is remarkable. A Bank of America has put the flows into perspective with the flow chart that shows annualized inflows to global stocks in 2021 topping $1 trillion. That's bigger than cumulative inflow in the last 20 years, $800 billion between 2001 and 2020. That is insane. And you could see the flows on this chart right here. Bank of America Flow reported that $15.2 billion was allocated to cash in the latest week, the biggest influx in 5 weeks. We also saw $12.7 billion allocated to equities, $12.6 to bonds, and $200 million out of gold. So people are shifting money around. People are just trying to figure out what the heck to do here. So we are going to have to see. Wow, that's so scary. I mean, it's crazy. It's really crazy. I just go back to the there was a lot of money that was given away, so maybe that's it. All right, let's see. Can you guys see this whole thing? Let's move this over just a touch. Cathie Wood sells more than 100 million of Tesla stock, despite saying it will rise over 300%. So I said this on the private live stream yesterday. I'll say it again right now. I've never seen a hedge fund manager report day-to-day buys and sells as much as this woman. She is such a loudmouth. You only see what most hedge fund managers are doing in their 13F quarterly filing, and this lady basically says it every day. So it just tells me more about what this stock market is. Cathie Wood, who believed that Tesla was going to $3,000 a share, for some reason sold $100 million worth of Tesla on Thursday, I guess, Wednesday, I don't know. ARK did not give a reason for the sale. Last year, she said to CNBC that she likes to take profit out every now and then. I don't know why you're taking profit if it's a value play, but whatever your heart desires. Tesla has been caught up in the global supply problems, as everybody else, and ARK still holds $2.32 billion of Tesla. Tesla's up 4.9% this year. That's adorable. All right. What do I want to do next? Do you guys want to do wins and losses, or do you want to do my little teaching thing? Why don't we do wins and losses real quick, and then I'll run over to the teaching thing. Somebody sent me a DM. Please don't DM me. I don't like DMs. All right. So every morning, I'll tell you guys this. Every Friday morning, I go and I say, guys, send me your wins and losses for the week. Realized gains, what stock you're doing, and just how you did it. So here we go. I'm just going to run through this, and this is our Discord chat. So I'm sure if you're not in Discord, join it. So here it is. Let's see what we got. I have not looked at this completely yet. Lucid, 5% on a swing trade. TDC, I think that's Teladoc, 4.3% on a 2-day swing. This person, 30% positive on a several month hold. Spotify swing trade, 12%. That's in 1 week, guys. Realized gains, 7 more days with the Bid and Ask Nation. Thank you, Beaker. Sony, 9.27% on a swing trade. Amazon, 5% on a swing trade. Let's see. Nick, Dads with a Purpose, minus 3% ATVI, stop loss triggered. Okay. 1.8% on Kellogg with a stop loss triggered. That's fine. He's following the rules. I don't mind that. ATVI, bad entry point. Order set on a Friday. News then smushed it. K, the stop loss was too tight. Volatility triggered it. Okay, see? I don't care if you're losing as long as you're learning. And he's definitely learning. Let's see here. Walgreens, plus 8%. GameStop, plus almost 15%. Guys, this is all in 1 week. So the reason I pull up the Discord is I just want to show you guys what these people are doing. Here's the day trading channel. This is Andrea. Him and Caesar go in the day trading channel and just crush this. I mean, this is their trades. This is their day trades every single week. It's insane. Let's see. Let's go to his losses. Moderna, minus 4%. I was up 6% on this one. A bad mistake, swing trade, okay? CCL, minus 0.3. Clove, minus 2%. On Clove, I made a weekly mistake not setting up stop loss. That's all I need to know. He wasn't following the rules. But as long as these people are realizing it, I really do not mind. D, day trades, 4%, 2%. 4%, 3%, 9.5%, 3%, 5%. Options. Also, somebody asked about options. There you go. What else do we have? One more. Here we go. Day trades this week. 7%, 2%, 13%, 2%. I mean, the list goes on and on. So, guys, if you come in and you follow the rules, you're going to do extremely well if you join the Bid and Ask Nation. I promise you that. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. If that doesn't... And the most important thing about what I just showed you, and here's our Instagrams if you want to follow us. The most important thing about what I just showed you, you guys can make gains. I know you can make gains. I really like the losses because it's not just showing a loss and saying, hey, I lost on this. It's saying, hey, I lost on this, and this is the reason why I lost. Everybody knows the reason that they lost, and it's perfectly okay that you know the reason that you lost. It's going to happen. You're not going to win every single trade. But if you don't know why you lost, then you're not going to know why you won. So that's that. Follow us on Instagram here. Okay, I'm going to pull up this thing. I took some time to make this. I talk about the Fed and all that every single morning, so I figured, why not discuss what the hell actually goes on? Read that DM. I'm not reading that DM on the air. Only God knows what's in the DM. So we have the government, and we have the Federal Reserve, and we have the treasuries. So here's the government. These are the people that give away all the money. Now, where do they get this money from? Well, it's not businesses because that's not happening anymore. So they're getting money from the Fed. And here's the treasuries over here. Why does this line point to the treasuries? We'll find out. So what the government basically does, they get money from the Fed, and they put that money, it's basically they're purchasing it on a quote-unquote credit card. They're maxing out their credit cards, okay? So let's come down here. The credit card is now tapped out. The government pays the interest rate on that. We're going to say $28 trillion, so that's about $375 billion per year, end parentheses. They can't let the interest rate increase based on the amount of money that they have borrowed. So you know what they're going to do instead? They're going to sell the debt in the form of treasuries to you. So when you're going out and buying treasuries, when I pull up these treasuries every single day on the, where's my thingy? When I pull up these treasuries, this is what they're doing. They're giving that to you. This is essentially a debt to the government because we get the note and it says that they're going to owe us back with some kind of marginal interest rate, okay? Now, the government has completely tapped out their credit cards and debt to the treasury owner. So now what are they going to do? Now they're going to start doing quantitative easing. This is where quantitative easing comes in when they're buying the treasuries and the mortgage-backed securities. The government will buy the treasuries, and that leads to what? The interest rates are going to go down. They're suppressing interest rates. This is all just a cycle, a vicious cycle of nonsense. So what does that do? So far, we've been printing money, creating inflation, devaluing the dollar, and keeping interest rates artificially low. All of that money that was borrowed in the form of credit is now lent to the treasuries. It's moved off their balance sheet, and it looks like they have less debt than they do, and now they can go do it all over again. So this little schematic here tells you exactly what the Fed and the government are doing and why we're getting into the situations that we're in. And now we're talking about raising debt ceilings. So instead of just managing what you're supposed to be doing, what we pay these morons to do in Congress, now we're just going to be like, let's just raise the debt ceiling and we'll just move on from there. So sick. We're in good shape, guys. We're in really good shape out there. Speaking of treasuries, let's see. So if you lend your money to the government right now over a 90-day period, you're going to get 0.04% money back. And if you lend your money to the government over a 10-year period, you're going to get 1.3% return. So sick. We're just crushing it lately. Good jobs, debt out the ass. It's just wonderful. Here's Kroger. They report today. If you want to join, let's see. What's the end game? The end game is this all falls apart. The end game is a market pendulum. Let me see if I can. All right, I'm just going to draw it over here. I said this yesterday. I'm going to say it again. This is a pendulum. The market is a pendulum, and it swings from euphoric highs to depressing lows. In an ideal world, let me use a different color. In an ideal world, your pendulum would swing, here and maybe here. Instead of putting tons and 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 trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars of debt and making this pendulum swing way up here, why don't we just swing it right here? And just when the market corrects, it just pulls back right here. Now, we have markets that are swinging way up here to exuberant highs, to the point where people think that this is just what happens. Stocks never go down. Eventually, this thing is going to come crashing down, and it's going to swing to very depressing lows. I am telling you it's going to happen. It has happened every single time this has been tried in history, and at the same point, we've never had this in the history of the world. We've never seen anything like this. We've never seen anything like this much printing, and it's just a total disaster. So, all right, let me read some comments before I get going. Bid and ask is totally worth it. Thank you. She sells portfolio only. Okay, I'm not reading that. Let's see. Excellent explanation. You're welcome. Do you think there will be a period of stagflation, low GDP, and unemployment with high inflation? Yeah, I do. What's the end game? This is going to be a disaster. That's the end game. Just be ready. And frankly, if you still buy good companies at good valuations, you're going to do well in the long run. Wish we knew how to react to government debt. Gold isn't doing squat. Michael, they're suppressing gold too. Trust me. Trust me when I say it. They just are. Gold is going to be just fine. I promise you that. All right. Let's see here. So if you want to join, how soon do you think a crash is likely? Big Chungus, good question. I have no idea. It's how much longer they can sustain this for. That's really what it comes down to. Yeah. All right. So if you want to join the Discord only, there's about 5,500 members in our Discord. $7 a month gets you that. If you want Discord and software, which is the retirement calculator, which is great. You have, what do you call it? 8 pillars, stock analyzer tool, etc. $27 a month gets you that. If you want to join the Bid and Ask Nation with me, you get access to me every single day, every minute of every day. Who would not want to have access to me every minute of every day? I don't know. I can't think of somebody. $77 a month gets you that. If you want to do a one-on-one trading session with me, I'm actually doing one at 12 o'clock today. $750. Talk about anything you want. I love talking about trading in there. And yeah. Well, they'll just go and somebody just said, how do you artificially suppress gold? They just play with futures. They just buy and sell futures depending on the reaction of the market. So it basically doesn't move the stock. Same thing that they do now. Obini, good question. So now, let's say you have a day where the market, you see the market pull back 200 points, and then the next day, the market skyrockets. It's not people gaining confidence in the market. It's these big institutions going out and buying futures. That's exact. It's the big institutions going out and buying futures. They're doing the same thing with gold. They're just going to go and buy and sell futures depending on which direction it's going in. So it does, because if gold goes up, it looks like there's panic and it looks like people want to go to securities. It's as simple as that. Your ex, maybe. That's a good one. I don't know about that one. All right. And if you want to do a real estate deal with Paul, $10,000 for 4 hours of his time. And if you're doing any kind of big deal, it's totally worth it in my opinion. So, all right, let's do some of your questions. I will run through a few stocks and that's that. Can we come hang out at your house? No. But that was a funny question. I like the government playing all 3 cards in the alley. All right, guys. Yeah. Matt, thank you. All great options. Thank you. Bid and Ask Nation is where it's at. The software is incredible. We have a mobile app. It's just the bomb. Okay, what do we got, guys? What do we got? I hope you like that schematic that I that I gave you. That one took me a little bit of time to figure out, but to put it in a concise order. Do you recommend buying physical gold? I do not. I do not like physical gold. You couldn't pay me 4 straight hours. You couldn't pay me to spend 4 straight hours with Paul. That's what Matt Jensen said, who's one of Paul's best friends. Second that. Just kidding. All right. FDX. Let's see. Give me 1 second. When does the bubble blow up? I have no idea. All right. So what do we have here with FDX? Speaking of FedEx, hey, Matt, we're talking about FedEx right now. Matt and I have a little gripe with FedEx going on. So I have something that's getting delivered today. It was supposed to be delivered tomorrow, and then it was supposed to be delivered Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then it's coming today. And his is just completely not arriving. So FedEx, every time there's a storm, FedEx is a disaster, but that doesn't matter for this. So you're holding a support line right now, downtrend. I would wait for this thing to pop up and get into the sweet spot. But more importantly, more excitingly, I like over here. We're starting to get towards that sweet spot with the daily stochastic. So I think you can really get some movement going on here, bust through that 25-day moving average and move to about $280 a share. So Cash, Nick, Caesar, anybody that's in, or frankly anybody, I don't see their names in here. Anybody, please throw that and tag me in the Bid and Ask Nation. I want to look at FedEx. Put FedEx swing trade, please. All right. Mine is one city over now. There you go. Matt's getting something. All right, let's do Qualcomm. I'm excited to see this one. Qualcomm swing. So I assume by Qualcomm swing you mean we are going to downtrend, and you can short this thing down to the 100-day moving average if you want. But be careful because you got to get through the 200-day first. FedEx is terrible in my location. It sounds like FedEx is delivering your Tesla. They are delivering my Tesla charger, but not my Tesla. Let's see. Gold, GOLD. How long did you trade before you got tired of it? 1 million, 2 million. That's M for millions, not minutes. I was talking to Paul about this yesterday. I thoroughly enjoy teaching more than trading, but Paul wants to start doing some trading, so we're going to do it together. So I think that will get me more into trading, which I'm actually pretty excited about because I like doing it. It's just sitting down and actually doing it. Plus, I'm going to set up my screener this weekend and tweak things around. So I think it'll be a lot more fun when I get that going. So the person that asked about gold, I typically don't like to trade gold just because I don't like these gap. It's just so volatile all the time. I would rather day trade this. You can swing trade it. Like this one, for example, you can probably swing this thing down to like $18.50. But if something comes out and the dollar goes down, gold's going to jump up here or something like that. So that's why I don't like trading gold. I'd rather look at gold from a long-term perspective. And by long-term, I mean like 3 to 5 years. And a chart really isn't going to help you with that. UPST. I've gotten this question a lot over the past couple of days. And frankly, the reason is just because it keeps going up. And I said, this is a typical flagpole pattern. It's going to go up. Eventually, it's going to make a flagpole, and it's going to come right back down to about this 225 range. That's just what's going to happen. It's going to come down just above the 25-day moving average. So be careful with this one. If you're in it, please take your profits. Just be smart about this because this thing is going to pull back on you. I promise you that. Next, Starbucks. Why not? Trend question. Looking to buy a value stock. The trend is down. Selling volume is declining. What is more likely to happen, trend reversal or trend continuation? Well, Bogdan, that's an interesting question, and I don't mix trading with value investing unless I'm like doing an individual stock and I'm looking for, say, like where I'm going to sell covered calls or something like that. But if you're playing a value play, you're playing a long-term play right now. So the day-to-day on that and day-to-day volume is not going to impact you. Starbucks. Sweet spot reversal happening. I think this is on my watch list in the Bid and Ask Nation. If it's not, maybe I should throw it on there. I love that we're kind of turning right above all major moving averages. So this thing can make a charge back for the all-time high that it just reached. So can somebody tag me in the Bid and Ask Nation, please, and just say Starbucks long-term, please. That would be wonderful. I appreciate that. FIS. What's FIS? Fidelity National Information. Oh, this is my friend Nick's company. Okay. So the good news, you're sitting right at a resistance point. We could just draw that line straight across. That is, and if you can even draw it back here, because this is a little less than 2 years ago, and COVID, and then yeah. So this is pretty good. I would not expect this thing to drop further. You might dip into this area, but I don't expect it to stay down here. So I would wait for this trend to change and move on to the up and up. Issue is you're going to need a lot of volume. This is pretty good volume, to be honest with you. That's going to push through those moving averages. The other good news is you got a gap to fill. So if somebody could put FIS long term in the Bid and Ask Nation, I would appreciate that as well. Tattooed Chef. Oh, TTOO. Tutu. I'll give you a tutu. What the hell is this? Penny stock. Wow, look at that volume. Clearly, it's not an OTC. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about this one, man. I would day trade this thing, especially if it's up 22%. Let's see. You still didn't answer what is more likely to happen. Hell if I know. I'm not a fortune teller. Let's see here. SAM. Let's look at SAM. Okay, so they got beat up yesterday pretty badly. I don't know where they're at today. Now, you can actually, let me zoom out to 2 years. I just want to see where the support is. So if I'm just going to draw a line somewhere in here right across. So we're basically there. We can even probably go right there. So we're basically there. $500 is really your support level. I say if you make one more engulfing candlestick down, you can go ahead and short this thing. Just be careful. Just make sure you're playing with stops in here. Yeah, make sure you're playing with stops. This could be a rough go. All right. Let's see here. I thought this was called Vale. I was told it was Vale. So let's look at this. So they're bouncing around, man. They're bouncing around quite a bit. Why don't we just draw? I'm going to start over here, right where we're at. I'm going to draw a line and see where this ends up. So there was a little consolidation in here and here as well. This was where the gap happened. We already filled that gap. Okay. Yeah. I would, to be honest with you, I wouldn't do anything I would just day trade this. I wouldn't touch this thing. Even on this stochastic over here, it's not really doing anything. I just realized the market is open a minute ago, so my bad. Okay, I'll do two more. I want to do Nike, and somebody give me one more. You're not a fortune teller, you're a fortune maker. That's funny. Okay. You guys are the fortune makers. You guys just listen to the rules. All right. So I like that we had this big gap, and we're starting to turn down here. But you can see at the same point, the trend is moving up on a swing trade. So you can see how you can be in long and short on the same stock multiple times. Guys, smash the like button for me. 89 is terrible. Let's get that baby going. So this one, get this thing. I would prefer if this thing broke down and started turning into a short on the long-term perspective and kind of came down and filled this gap into the 136 area. I would also be fine if you waited. I didn't mean to bump the mic. I would also be fine if you moved up and you caught a swing trade to the top side in the near term. So that's how you can go both ways on it. All right, AMCX. I will do Zach's favorite, AMCX, and then we out of here. Okay, good news. Let's draw a line right here. That is a pretty damn straight line. That's impressive. So I don't think it's going to drop anymore. That's the good news. And I love what's happening over here from a swing trading perspective. We're getting volume. It tested its 25-day moving average yesterday and failed, but we have the red line and yellow in the sweet spot. This is a very good looking swing trade. You're just going to face resistance at the 25, then the 200. But I am, I think this is looking very good from a swing trading perspective. And I think it's going to hold its support level there. I'm also interested in learning trading. My plan is seeing all most videos, see if I have the balls and emotional strength to jump into a trade in the bid and ask nation. Kenny, from everything that you've said over the past couple of weeks, months, whatever, you're going to do just fine. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. Here, Colin just said, I just made 4% on EFTR 30-second trade, hashtag day trade channel. There you go. That's what you get there. Okay, guys, I am going to get out of here for today. Remember, in less than an hour, we have the Everything Money book club, first one. And even if you didn't read the book, come on in, join us, participate if you want to, and we're going to have a great conversation. So you guys have a wonderful day. I will end on a great weekend. I'll see you at 10:30, and if not, I'll see you on Monday. Peace.
Bye.